It's time for another installment of Smash Our Stash. Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you my hashtag Smash Our Stash 2022 video. December was a free choice month, and what I chose was to smash the November Echo Park Club EP kit from this past month. So welcome everyone. This is a crafty collab hosted by Beth, who's Bourbon Creek Crafts. This month was a free choice month. I chose to smash the November 2022 Echo Park Club EP box. It featured Gnome for Christmas. This is a kit by Echo Park. It comes out bi-monthly. This month it came with a 6x6 paper pad. Here's the paper pad that came with the kit. I'm a little bit late in releasing my video, so you'll notice that my video is just a tad bit longer. I apologize, I was a little bit late. I just barely got this kit last weekend, or about a week ago, and so I wanted to smash the entire thing and share it with you, and that's why it kind of took me an extra few days to kind of get this video out. So you saw there are 24 double-sided sheets in that 6x6 paper pad. Here's an exclusive stamp set that came with the kit, so meaning you cannot get this anywhere else. This only came in this box or this kit. I got frames and tags. Here's a little close-up of what comes in this little package. Then we also have adhesive brads. So these are flat back with adhesive on the back. They don't have actual brad backings. Then we have chipboard accents, and these are not adhesive. So these are just regular cardboard on the back, or chipboard. Real pretty. And then we've got our 12x12s. So we have a 12x12 sticker sheet. Here's what comes on this 12x12 sticker sheet. Really pretty colors. I love the classic Christmas in this. I really like these colors. And then we have some 12x12 sheets. So you've got some cut aparts. Here's a miscellaneous sheet of cut aparts. Ooh, I like this gnome paper. And then we've got some more gnomes. This is such a cute collection. Some real pretty greens. We've got some white snowflakes on like a maroonish background, some like plaids or ginghams, and then you've got some 3x4 cut aparts. I love 3x4 cut aparts. I definitely will be using the 3x4 cut aparts on that one. Some poinsettias, real pretty. Some green polka dots. Then you've got some like holly berries, and then you've got some more like buffalo check, and then you've got some more miscellaneous cut aparts, and I like those tags. Real cute. And you've got some cars with or it's like station wagon with trees. You've got some gnome, sort of like a tree kind of thing. Some more snowflakes, just random branches, some 4x4 cut aparts. Real cute. 4x4 cut aparts, and then some stockings with little gnomes hanging out of them, some more poinsettias, but these are larger, some little squiggly lines, and then some trees, and fa la 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 la. So this is again the November 2022 Echo Park Club EP box, and I'm going to be smashing the entire kit. This is again an Echo Park Club EP subscription that comes every other month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything in stages. I'm going to show you my thought process before I show you the final reveal. So I've already cut some projects down. You'll see here, you're going to want to start with your largest project, which I did 2 folios. I wanted to make some folios, so I cut 2 of them out off the bat. Then I went ahead and made 4 gift card holders. Here are the scraps that I have left from the large 12x12 sheets after doing both of those projects. And so again, my tip here, or what I recommend, is to start with your largest project first when you're breaking down a big kit like this, or any kit. Start with your largest project and then kind of work your way down and then end with some cards. So I do have these sheets you see here. I really like that gnome pattern. I think that's what I'm going to end up using. I definitely am going to be using the 3x4 cut aparts on this one, so I'll cut these in my next round. I really like these tags, and I really like some of these cut aparts too, so I think this is going to be a cut apart sheet. I might keep that strip at the top whole, but I really like those cut aparts. And then 4x4 cut aparts, come on, you can't go wrong with that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut that down as 4x4 cut aparts and use them as 4x4s for that one. So another thing that I do to prep is I take all of my sheets out of my 6x6 paper and I trim the top just so I can remove any excess glue that's there. This one you see does have a hole at the top of the paper pad. I got a paper pad recently from Echo Park that didn't have it, and it was so nice. But this one actually does have it. And you see here, we have some pattern papers. We have some cut apart sheets, different sizes. I think there's 3x4s in this one as well, and 2x2s. And so I've got my 2 projects. I've kind of put my thought process through. My next step is to kind of continue to break down my next papers and kind of come up with my next project. So I've pulled out some tags that were in my stash because I thought the colors would work pretty good with this paper collection. And then I took out those 3x3 cut aparts, and then I went ahead and die cut a few little patterns that I'm going to be using for those tags. And then I'm also going to be making 10 hot cocoa sleeves. So I've already cut out my paper. I got 2 from every one sheet of 6x6 paper. I've made some mats with some of my scraps that I used from making making the folio bases. So I've got 4 projects running now. I have 11 sheets of 6x6 paper, and I do see that these are those 2x2 cut aparts. I'm going to go ahead and I think cut those down as well in my next phase. I already have all of the rest of my cut aparts cut up. Here you can see here I've got several different sizes, so those are ready to go to finish up my projects, and these are my scraps so far. And then this is what I have as far as waste. So it's just a lot of little slivers. I have this one sheet that I was kind of undecided, but I really like the gnome. So I have a project in mind. I think I'm going to use both of these 2 big scraps, or the scrap and the paper, to make another little project. Stay tuned at the end so you can see what it was. And here I'm just showing you what I have left over. So I have my full sticker sheet, my full chipboard accents, my adhesive brads, my frames, my tags, and my stamp set. So we're going to use that to decorate. So now my final phase, after I've done all of my projects and I have everything left, is to basically make cards. So I have 9 sheets of 6x6 paper left over. Here are my scraps that I'll be using to make cards. So you'll be able to see what you can get out of just these little scraps that you see on my desk here. I've got some of the branding strips, and believe it or not, I will use every single one of those branding strips. I have chipboard, just a few chipboard accents. I still have a ton of like tags and frames, and then I do still have lots of cut aparts, which that is not a problem when it comes to making tags. You see here, these are the 2x2 cut aparts that came in the 6x6 sheets. So I'm gonna go off camera, make a ton of cards. I still have my stamp set. I just have a few of these brads and a couple of the chipboard pieces that come on the adhesive brads kind of package. I just have a few stickers left. So here's what I have left after making kind of all the other projects that I had already kind of planned out. And then I also have no paper left in that because I have it out. I have the little packaging for the tags and the frames and the chipboards. So up next will be the full project recap of everything I made. So again, this is the November 2022 Echo Park Club EP box. Of course, I have my stamp set that will go back into my stash, but I have smashed everything else. The collection was Gnome for Christmas in this kit, and you can see here I have no stickers left over. I have no 6x6 paper left over. I have no frames and tags. Here's what came in it. I have none of them. I have no adhesive brads. I have no chipboard accents. I used them all. This was my paper scraps. I actually saved them. That was my largest paper that I had left over. All of that's going in the trash. I consider this kit smashed. Let me show you what I made. So I started with the 2 folios. So here's the first one, because remember, this was our largest project. I did bring in some pops of color. I think this one's a glitter version and it's called Ruby. I think it was a freebie from scrapbook.com if I'm not mistaken. So I have added some of the brads on here. I've layered up multiple things on the cover. I do have a magnetic closure. And this one is the 6x8 paper folio by May Made It. You see here I have these little inserted mats, perfect for 4x6 pictures. They are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, so they'll leave just a small little border all the way around. It's got a flap and more pockets. Super cute folio, super fun to make, super obsessed with making these, let me tell you. Here's the second one that I made. And again, I used all kinds of different things on the cover, and the folio layout is pretty much exactly the same, but I did add some different stickers and cut aparts and things. So again, I made 2 folios as my first big project. Then you saw that I had those 4 gift card holders that I had kind of set aside. So these are the final ones. I pulled in some Dollar Tree Christmas labels to put down at the bottom, and I did bring in some of the Dollar Tree Velcro dots as well. So see, these are those Dollar Tree like gift card or gift Christmas labels that they sell right now during the holidays to put on presents. I just went ahead and added that at the bottom, and then added a few little cut aparts and stickers throughout the inside of those gift card holders. So we got 4 of those. Then I ended up with 6 tags. I originally prepped for 14. I'll show you where the other 8 tags went. I just basically layered up a tag on top of a tag. I added a brad. I did pop all of them up on foam dimension tape. I added some decorative paper in the background that was die cut. I think these turned out super cute. Added some twine. I really like how these turned out. I think they're so fun, and they were so easy to make. So super easy. I love that red and white twine. So then I made some hot cocoa sleeves. So I made 10 of them. I did have some of these little tags left over from the ephemera pack. So I went ahead and added them to some of these. So you'll see here that some of them already have them. Here are how my hot cocoa sleeves turned out. They do not already have the cocoa in them. I just have to add that in later, which is super easy. So making them is kind of the harder part, of course. Just adding it in and then giving them away is the easy part. So here I had just a little bitty scrap. I used that up too, and then I ran out of like tags and paper at this point, so I just went ahead and left these plain. I'll add some twine to them later before I package them and kind of give them out. So then I made 2 journals. So remember I had that one 12 by 12 sheet of paper of the gnomes, and it had the cut aparts on one side. I just cut it in half and I made 2 little journals. I added a 4x4 on the front. You see here we have our cut apart. So I added a pocket one way so it wouldn't kind of block it. You see here, it really doesn't make that much of a difference, even though there were cut aparts on the inside. And then on this one, I did the same thing. I added a 4x4 on the outside. Now this cut apart was kind of going horizontal, so I put the pocket at the bottom. That's all I did. I added some paper, copy paper. Again, 2 very simple journals from one sheet of 6x6 or 12x12 paper. Super, super easy. And then I made some bags. So these fun little gift bags I purchased from Hobby Lobby. So they're regular $4.99. I purchased them when they were 50% off. You get 10 in every pack. So I paid $2.50 for 10 of them. They basically were $1/4 a bag, which I thought was a great deal. So I added some little twine to one end or one side of the front. I added a 3x4 cut apart, cut it down, added glossy accents, and that literally made my little bag. So I made 3 of the smaller one, which is like a 3x4 bag. And then I had 3 of these medium bags that I, again, added twine to just the front, a little bit of layers of twine. I added a layer of cardstock behind a 3x4 cut apart, added some glossy accents on those. I made 3 of those bags. Those are like a medium size. And then my cards. I made 3x3s, I made A2 size, and I made 5x7. So I made 8 5x7s. I basically took one sheet of the 6x6 paper. I cut it, I cut a strip off, and then I layered it right on top. So I used every single bit of the paper. I just covered up the hole. I added those tags. So that's where my other 8 tags went. I put them on the fronts of these 5x7 cards. I added some little like snowflake embellishments that I had made with just snowflakes and some sequins, and then that same pops of color, just added a little drop in the inside. I added chipboard pieces, I added stickers, I added some brads you see here. I mean, I just went to town. I just used up what I had, made some fun 5x7s. Then I made 13 A2 size cards. So at this point, I was running out of paper. I had a few pieces of ephemera. So I went ahead and added them. I had several cut apart still. So you see here, I don't even have a ton of like decorated paper. I just kind of added 2 little squares on the side just to kind of use them up. And I used lots of layers of cardstock. You see here, I'm just kind of paper piecing the little bits and pieces of the, cut aparts and then the paper strips that I had left over because I literally had no paper at this point. I still think these cards turned out cute. I added glossy accents to all of them. I think they turned out fun. They're cute. And considering I didn't have anything but scraps, I think they turned out okay. So those were my A2 size cards. And then of course, I went ahead and made some 3x3s. So fun. 3x3s are some of my favorite cards to make. So I went ahead and made these as well. They are a little bit dimensional, some of them, you can see here. Some of them are a little flatter like this one, but I did add the glossy accents to all of them, added some of the pops of color to some of them. So I really just had some fun using up this kit, trying to make as many projects as I could. My goal is always to smash the kit whenever I'm going to start a project like this, so I basically don't put anything back in my stash. Those were the last 2 cards that I made. So fun. So 62 total items from this one kit. Again, #SmashOurStash 2022. A big thank you to Beth who hosted, and make sure you check out my description box so you can see everyone's video who participated this month. Happy crafting!